I was at this museum thing. It was like a museum show, and I was with Mike, my nine. Um, I had like called him. It was kind of like Guggenheim, like the kind of structures, like it's with floors that are curved like that. I feel like I called him to ask him what's going on, and he was there, but he was very mopey, like just walking around with me, but not really saying much. Or I was trying to be chatty. Yeah, there was something that I had like texted him, called him, but yeah, I guess in the dream it turns out he is living in LA somewhere. I was trying to figure out where, and then at some point I asked him what he was doing as we were walking over this bridge. There's this bridge thing that connects, like, kind of this exhibiting part to might be stuff underneath here. Might be like LA River. I think this is like the Atwater Bridge. Maybe that's what I'm basing it off. But I was asking him what he was doing now, if he's still sculpting stuff, and he wasn't. I can't remember what he was doing. But then also Misha was here somewhere. But then like at some point Misha went to lie on the ground, and he said no, he's not. He has to like go back or something. At some point also there were like a group of people sitting here on the side. There was a lot of people back and forth. And then they were asking me something. We were but doing like a little bit of a banter, but it was like legal talk. And I ended up replying something about something, Your Honor, to him. It was like, kind of a snap back to him. Yeah, I can't remember what that was about. And at some point here, as we're walking across there, I find candy in my bag, and it's like this. It's like in a half chewed, or it's like the wrap. It's open, and I feel there's still something in there, and I really like this candy. It's like a white wrapper, but then there's like little. Okay, so it's like totally white, but then there's like little, color dots over everywhere. It's like kind of a nougat, but more it's like a nougat, but actually more like toffee, or like a fruit chewy kind of, but like white. And then I cross this bridge, but we get to this part where you have to walk over. It's like the bridge kind of stops, and now you have to climb on this part. It has like a bit of wood that's like up here and then one here, and so really you have to it's hard to figure out what part to get on, because you can't really get on the bottom one. It's actually, maybe you might be able to get on the bottom one if you crawl through it, but then you might have to step over it, and I didn't know how to do it. And I like there was like more and more people arriving here. This was at this end. I felt a little bit freaked out, and then I said they must go first, which they did, and like I kept forgetting to look at how they're crossing, and then finally I did it, and I don't even remember where I stepped or what I did, but then I kind of walked around and got to the other side, which it kind of ended, and then it's kind of an island here somewhere. This bit of thing kind of reminds me of the area of Glendale and Fletcher, maybe a little bit. it's sort of empty area, not a lot of pedestrians, and I'm standing here and I'm thinking, okay, well, I guess we'll get an Uber back because I have to get him back. I'll get an Uber somewhere. And then I look behind me and he's nowhere, and I don't know what happened to him. I don't know when I lost track of him, and at the end I actually ended up went back over the bridge, and he was nowhere. But at that point I'd already waited a long time, and then when I got here I see Arabella down there, and she's like talking to me, and I was happy to see her, but I was trying to figure out what happened to him, and I couldn't, and she didn't know who it was. Okay.